Part 3 is called the additional helpers. Part 2 covered the 5 main steps. This is now Part 3, the additional helpers. I'm going to show you more details about the hand. I'm going to show you how to say every word slowly. I'm going to show you that every word you say is like this piece of wood, this wedge. Every word is like this tennis ball. I'm going to show you how to speak 1, 2, or 3 words only at a time. Number 11, to tell you that speaking like this is called speaking in clumps, C-L-U-M-P-S. Number 12, I will show you what it means to speak with some kind of a look on your face contemplatively. Number 13 is to get you to understand how to make your words have intonation, high and low and volume. But before we go on, here's what it says, number 14. Wait in position. Then move your hand up. Hold the position, then snap your hand forward and say the word. That's how it works. Number 6, the hand position. It says it starts out exaggerated. Ultimately, we make it a minimal effect. So every time you say a word, you're going to do this. Sa, sa. Later, you might just be sitting at your chair and just kind of tapping, very, very gentle. You might be standing up. Let your hand drop to just down by your leg, and then just kind of tap your hand very gently. We don't know why something like this happens. We need to send the facts to the customer. We need to send the facts to the customer, whatever it is. So exaggerated now, more minimal, hardly noticeable later. It's all in flicking of the wrist. What's flicking? It's not this. It's flicking. Flick. Look at my wrist. Snap. Flick. Slap. You can slap. How about if we do this? Slap. Slap. If I hold my hand at 45 degrees, slap. Can't see it, but it's slapping. Take the hand away, slap. So kind of this part of my hand is slapping. How do you slap somebody? Bad boy. Bad. Bad. Forward, bad. Bad. Or it could be tapping. Tap. This finger is a little lower. Tap. How do we tap? Let's see. Tap. Tap. Try it. Tap. You also might do this. Put your hand up straight, have the finger pointing forward, and shoot it by going like this. Shoot it. So as I go forward, see if I can put it in my own eye or towards my face. Ready? Whatever you can do to push the word forward. That's what you have to do. But here's the important part. You can try tapping each word with the index finger lower. We did that, kind of tap. Tap. But you have to raise you can't do just your wrist. You have to bring your elbow up and then tap. Elbow up and tap. Elbow up and tap. Look what I'm doing. Up, raise it above your head. Raise it up. So it's kind of going back at 45 degrees. Not up like this, but back. Hold it at 45, bring it back at 45, and tap. Or slap, whatever works for you. But here's the very important part. Do not move your hand until you're in position. and then wait another second. Wait, wait. Later you won't have to wait as long, but for now you need to wait. 2 more waits. Wait, wait, wait 1 second. I wrote, I think, wait 7 times, which means before you move your hand, you must be in position and wait 1 second. That's all I ask you to do. Why? Best. After a while, obviously, you won't have to wait as long, but for now, you need to wait. Don't move your hand until you are in position and relaxed. Really simple. Don't move your hand until you've made the position, wait 1 second, and then move the hand up. The reason I want you to do that is because I want you to be relaxed the whole time. When you are relaxed, you're going to make a perfect position. Your hand will be relaxed. You will not put pressure on yourself to do this fast. A baby doesn't run. A baby crawls. Take your time. More on your hand. Before you move your hand, pause. Lower your hand like you are sinking down, falling asleep on a cloud. What if you hold your hand like this? Just kind of do this. Just relax. So before you do it, if you're going to go like this, I'm going to say the word why. If I do this. Why? How about best? Look what I'm doing. Just kind of relax. Best. Lower your hand like you are sinking down, falling asleep on a cloud. Just relax before you move your hand. Or sinking into quicksand. What's quicksand? You just kind of sink down into the earth. This will give you a chance to relax. Do all of this after you've gotten into the exact position. Don't say a word until you've made the position. Relax your hand, waited 1 second, then bring your hand up and then say the word. Only when your hand is there. Don't say the word no, 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 not now, not now, only when you're back here. So if I say why, I don't go why. I go why. Do it again, look. Why. Look, every time the word is said only when my hand is here. Why? What? No. Why? It says hand at 45 degrees. Your hand is held out in front of you at an angle of 45 degrees. Your fingers should be apart. Don't have your fingers ever together. Have them apart and relax. Your hand should be cupped. Look at my hand, it's kind of rounded. Shouldn't ever be like this. Should be relaxed. The index finger should be slightly below. Don't force it down. Just let it hang naturally. It'll hang a little below the others. Be relaxed the whole time. Bring your hand back at 45 degrees and then snap it forward. Snap it forward. Snap. That's the only time you say the word, when your hand is there. Even more about the hand. Is the hand important? It is so important. It's like, excuse me, it's like slapping. Don't hurt yourself. It's like slapping, or think of it as tapping with the tips of your fingers. Tap, tap, tap. Whatever works for you, tap, tap. Or you can have your hand more vertical. Remember we talked about this? With your index finger pointing straight ahead. Jackie Chan showed me this, how you can pretend like you're poking somebody's eye out. No, he didn't. Just pretending. Sa. Look at my finger. It's pointing. And I really, how about this? Slow motion. I have the feeling that that finger is pointing towards where my hand is going. Bring it back and flick it forward. Feel like you are going to poke some bad guy's eyes out with power. Sa. Everything is power. When you start at 45 degrees and you go back, you should also end up in exactly the same place. Sa. You start here and you end there. You don't say the word until you are there. Remember to snap your wrist. Your hand cannot be locked. You cannot do that. That wrist must. But you don't do this. This is no good. It doesn't work. Your whole elbow must move. Sa. Exaggerated now and less later and in real life. Just relax and try to figure out how that hand snaps. Try this. Sa. Look at how my elbow goes up. Sa. Sa. How about tapping? Tap. Always the same place. Tap. Okay? Why do you need to wait, it says? When you wait before you move your hand, you give yourself time to relax and think about what you have to do with your tongue or lips. So if I say, he is, that's easy. He is. But I have to go, he does. I've got to get that D up there. I have to think about how I make a D. So I have to go, he does. He does. So you need to be relaxed and wait so you can think about what you have to do to make, say, the second word. Or where's your mouth for the first word? What do you have to do for the second word? This all takes time. And the more relaxed you are, and if you wait, you'll give yourself time to make these decisions. Think about what you have to do. You must wait at least 1 second before you move your hand to make this work. Relax your hand for at least 1 long second. We'll finally finish the hand, except when you finish, your hand should not be like this, but totally relaxed. And you should have, it says when you finish each word, let the word flow from E.T.'s fingers. Remember the movie E.T.? About the little monster from outer space who came to visit this little boy. He had very long fingers. I want you to feel as you say a word that the word goes off your hand. If you kind of stop, it's not going to work. You need to have the word go off your hand, like E.T.'s long fingers. So when you speak, you need to feel that the word is going off your hand. Have that feeling of extension, I guess is a good word. It must go off. Yes. Look how long. If I go like this? No. Sa. Why. Let's do why. Ready? Why. Don't go why. Go why. Let the word go off your hand. One last thing about the hand. I thought we were finished, but we're not. It's so important. Your hand should be totally relaxed, motionless in front of you. No, relaxed. At 45 degrees. What is 45? There's 90, there's 0, there's 45. Be thinking, am I in position? Whatever it is. Is my mouth and hand relaxed? Am I holding the position? Only now can I move my hand. Once you've satisfied all these requirements, then you move your hand, but you wait 1 second before you move your hand. You wait 1 second before you move your hand. The next slide says, Say each word slowly. Best to speak each individual word slowly. Beginning in the exact position allows you to say each word, each individual word, slowly. This is what creates the elegance and power of each word. Some of you may be familiar with an American TV show. It's called CSI Miami. The star is a red-headed actor who's made a lot of money over the years by saying his words more slowly. If you YouTube David Caruso, C-A-R-U-S-O, you'll hear David talking like this. I think this woman has been poisoned. I want you to take the body back to the morgue. And I want you to check under her fingernails because I think you'll find some residue of poison. This man has made a lot of money by saying his words individually more slowly. When you speak, you need to say every word slowly. See how that happens. When I was in Hong Kong in 2008, I was in Hong Kong working for HSBC Bank on November 4th, Election Day in the United States. And so many people came up to me and said, "Congratulations, Andy. We are so happy for you that you now have a new president, Obama." Nobody ever would have said that to me about Bush. There was something about Obama that made us love this man, trust this man, and feel good about this man. I wonder whether the way he speaks, I think it does, has anything to do with it. Somebody sent me some information that I think is very valuable. When President Obama speaks, somebody's added up the number of words that he says in a given word, a given time, in a minute, actually. And that the number of words in 1 minute for Obama is about 94 words a minute. Somebody also said that the Prime Minister of Canada, Stephen Harper, speaks 165 words a minute. The world doesn't love or care very much about Prime Minister Harper. I'm sure he's a wonderful man, but nobody calls him a great speaker because he's speaking much faster. His words are said individually much faster. When Obama says it's time for change, no longer can we have the kind of government that we had before. We need to change the way the government does its business. We want to trust people again. Again. Every word is said so slowly. So when you talk, try and say every word slowly. If you just speak more slowly, you might speak like this. Why doesn't he find his friend? I spoke slowly, but the words were not said slowly individually. So, why doesn't he find his friend? Becomes, why doesn't he find his friend, whatever the words are. Every word that you say today is like this piece of wood. This is called a wedge. A wedge is a stick that is large on this side and goes to nothing here. So when you say a word, you need to hit, smash the beginning of every word. That's all you're going to focus on. Not the middle, not the end, only the beginning. When you apply force, you will push the word, you will give it power to push the word to have a long vowel. In this kind of speaking, you have no syllables. In this language of accent reduction, there are no syllables. In American English, there are no syllables. We don't say photograph. Photograph, that's 3 syllables. We go photograph. Cautious becomes cautious. So think of every word as a wedge. Focus only on the beginning position and whack the word. Every word that you say is like a tennis ball going over the net. What happens? You hit the ball and it travels a long distance. Then it's hit back to you, then you hit it again. The analogy is that when you say a word, you're going to say the word, you're going to take in air, and say the word again. You say the word, take in air, say the word, take in air, say the word. The length that this tennis ball travels is exactly the same as the length the word that you say, or 2 words that you say, travel. Why don't we try to fix the problem? Why don't we try to fix the problem? This is not badminton. I didn't show you a badminton shuttlecock. I showed you a tennis ball because everything is slow and it takes a long period of time to hit a tennis ball and get the ball back, to say a word and take in air. I hope you can see the connection. Today I want you to realize that you're going to speak 1, 2, or 3 words at a time. This is called speaking in clumps. You want to limit your speaking to only 1 or 2 words at a time. Never more than 3, hardly even 3. Most of the day we'll be speaking 1 and 2 words at a time. This is called speaking in clumps. Look what happens if I do this sentence. Here's the sentence. If I knew why you did that. If I knew why you did that. If accent, if I knew why you did that, becomes if I knew why you did that. What did I do? I opened my mouth to different positions. For if, I went like this. If, for I, same position. I, for knew, that's actually a silent K, so the N is up there. Knew. Why. You. My tongue goes up behind my teeth for did. I can see above my teeth. Did. That. That's 1 word at a time. One more time. If I knew why you did that, becomes, if we put a couple of words together, becomes this. If I knew why you did that. I want to tell you about that sentence we just did. When you put words together in clumps, the first word of a clump has only a very short length, about 10%. The second is much longer, about 80%. The ratio is 20-80. Listen to how short I is and how short you is. Listen to how long knew is and how long did is. How about if I do it not the right way? If I make all the words equal. Listen. If I knew why you did that. It's not the way we speak. So we're going to make that first word, when we put 2 words together, much shorter. If I knew why you did that. What's the next slide say? Again, the ratio is 10-90 or 20-80. The first word is very much shorter. The second word is much longer. Come back to that in just a minute. Let's try the third line. What happens, could we try to put 3 words together? So what's going to be? Open mouth. If I knew why you did that. That's the way I would say that sentence. If I knew why you did that. Can you do it? I don't care if you do. If you don't get those 3 words at the end correct, I don't care. I'd rather have you do only 2. Let's do it again. Ready? If I knew. I knew. Why? Why you did that. You did that. Let's try it together. I won't say anything. Let's do it together. Ready? If I knew why you did that. You will figure out how to clump your words, I promise you. Everybody who's done this figures out, you just start speaking 1 or 2 words, and then once in a while you can put 3 together. How about, here's a sentence. We know why it happened. Let's try that. We know why it happened. Happened was much longer than it, and know was much longer than we. Listen again. We know why it happened. How about it couldn't be right. Let's try that. It couldn't be right. Right was much longer, and couldn't was much more than it. Let's do it again. It couldn't be right. He will try and speak 1 or 2 words at a time. Let's try that. 1 word at a time would be he will try and speak 1 word or 2 at a time. Putting it together becomes he will try and speak 1 or 2 words at a time. Wow, at the end I did at a time. How many words? 3. But it says here, atta sounds like 1 word. Atta, A-T-A. So it's okay to put those 3 words together. So you'll clump. All day I'll teach you how to clump. If you use a thoughtful facial expression like this, you will be able to disguise that you're in position. If I go like this, why, them, finish, better, patient. Why, them, finish, better, patient. It's going to attract attention. But if I go like this, why, look at my squinting, them, finish, better, patient. If I have a look on my face, so no look, better, patient. It's hard to prepare yourself to say the words. So this is called speaking contemplatively. You give yourself a thoughtful look so you can be in position to say the words. Let's try it. Let's do why. Get your face ready. How about, let's do it old way. Why? Say it. Why? Better. Ready? Better. Finish. Finish. Patient. Better. Better. Patient. Patient. Let's try the new way. Ready? Why? Ready? Why? Look at my hand. Made that word so long. Ready? Why? How about them? Make it TH. Them. How about finish? Finish. How about better? Look. Better. Very thoughtful. Better. How about patient? Patient. Let's do it again. Ready for why? Why? Listen to what I did. Was it why? No. Why? I got intonation. How about them? Them. How about finish? Finish. How about better? Better. Patient. So when you use a thoughtful facial expression, making a face for each word before speaking, gives you time to establish your thought, pretend like you're thinking of what you're going to say. One of the reasons we love Obama is because it looks like he's thinking before he speaks. We need to have a total change in the way we're doing our government, whatever it is. All right, so use your face. Intonation. If you want to speak without your accent, that's wonderful. And once you accomplish that, you need to really try to get something called intonation, which is making your voice go high, high. Instead of speaking monotone, you need to make your voice go up in a lovely high way. Let's try these words. Basically, love, famous, yes. Let's do it old way. Basically, love, famous, yes. Do it again. Basically, love. Love, famous, famous, yes. But if I go like this, basically, love, famous, yes. Look how excited my face got. How about if I go like this? Put your hands like this, kind of both up like this. Relax. How about basically? Basically, how about love? Love. How do you express love? Ready? Put your tongue behind your top teeth. Push hard. Love. How about famous? Famous. How about yes? Yes. So there's a picture here of a man on a diving board. That diving board, if you've ever been on a diving board and you go into the pool, what happens? You put your toes around the edge of the board and you push off into the water. That's a lot of weight to push into the water. Well, when you say a word, you need to push every word out of your mouth, just like a man going into the pool. If you look on this sheet that I sent you, there's a picture of a man on a diving board. So you can push off to make these words powerful. That'll give you intonation. Instead of speaking monotone, you will have words that have intonation. There's a picture again of the little boy crawling. I hope you have decided that you can wait before you say a word. Wait 1 second, position, wait, say the word. So important to find the position, then wait. Hold the position. Then move your hand up, still holding the position. Bring your hand down and say the word only when your hand is back at 45 degrees. Wait that 1 second.